What are some specialized areas of lobbying? There are a number of them, particularly as it relates to certain executive branch agencies, departments, boards, commissions, and bureaus. Because the vast majority of lobbyists in California operate exclusively or primarily in the legislative branch of state government, some lobbyists view regulatory advocacy as a specialized area, particularly because it often requires specific knowledge about how that executive branch agency or department operates, as well as the unique subject matter of some of the detailed regulatory work that takes place. In fact, there are some regulatory agencies where you may find primarily attorneys working on those regulatory projects. And this is especially true when it comes to an agency or department acting in its quasi-judicial function. However, it can also apply to an executive branch entity when they engage in quasi-legislative activities. So here are some of those specialized areas. For example, the main ones that come to mind are the PUC, CEC, CAR, BOE, and CTC. Are there others? Of course. Entities like DTSC, DOI, CDTFA, and even DLSE. But the big five and their extensive regulatory work are the ones that employ the most lobbyists and other professionals. And those five entities also have specialized boards or commissions, as well as a large number of professional staff members. Knowing many of the key staff and board or commission members is certainly crucial for lobbyists to succeed in those venues. But lobbyists, there must also know the specialized rules of those boards or commissions, such as are ex parte communications allowed? And of course, the specialized policy areas in which they deal. As such, many legislative lobbyists rely upon colleagues or even lawyers who work primarily with those specialized agencies, boards, commissions, and departments and bureaus in order to properly and better assist their clients. The importance of having specialized knowledge of both the subject matter and the procedures of these particular executive branch agencies is key to one's success. With either missing, it's more likely that a participant in the rulemaking process is unlikely to be successful in their efforts. So be sure to know for certain that those involved in the rulemaking or regulatory lobbying activities understand both the policy and the process of those specialized entities. Again, this is why some lobbyists have their clients, perhaps their inside or outside experts, actually participate in rulemaking projects. In other words, a lobbyist may set up meetings, accompany the experts, but really end up relying upon those experts to advocate on behalf of their client's position in these executive branch entities.